Let's dive into exactly what has allegedly transpired and the immense backlash King Charles now faces as a result of trying to appease Harry and Meghan's antics once again. As we all know, Harry and Meghan stepped down from their roles as senior working royals back in 2020 in a move that shocked the whole world. Since then, their relationship with the rest of the firm has been notoriously tense. They've spent the past few years distancing themselves from the royals while simultaneously trying to commercialize their royal status here in America. Through lucrative deals with Netflix and Spotify, they've monetized their royal titles unlike any other member of the family. At the same time, they've subjected the royal family to bombshell interviews and accusations, dragging some of their most private matters into the spotlight for publicity and profits. This has understandably strained Harry's relationship with his father, King Charles, and brother, Prince William. Things seemed to come to a head this past summer when the new monarch only invited working royals to stand on the balcony during the Trooping the Color ceremony in June, snubbing Harry, Meghan, and their children Archie and Lilibet from participating. This deeply upset Harry and Meghan, who have been advocating for their children to receive security and titles as royal great-grandchildren of the monarch. Ever since, tensions have remained high as King Charles tries to navigate his new role while also repairing family rifts. Now, sources say that in the lead-up to Christmas, Harry and Meghan tried to blackmail King Charles over their participation in the next major royal event, the traditional royal family balcony appearance during the Queen's Platinum Jubilee next year in June 2023. In what can only be described as an act of manipulation and entitlement, Harry and Meghan reportedly informed King Charles that if he did not guarantee their whole family a spot on the balcony for the Platinum Jubilee, they would go public with more damaging claims about their treatment by the royals. They apparently threatened that Meghan would give another headline-grabbing interview, this time to U.S. networks, detailing more alleged slights if they were to be left off the balcony again. Sources say King Charles was absolutely livid about this blatant blackmail attempt, seeing it as yet another way Harry and Meghan were trying to twist his arm and damage the crown for their own self-interest and fame. However, he also did not want to further provoke the already tense situation by outright refusing them, given the media frenzy it would cause. As a result, King Charles has allegedly decided to provisionally agree to their balcony demand. But there are non-negotiable conditions attached. Firstly, King Charles has made it clear this balcony placement is not a confirmation of increased or ongoing royal roles for Harry, Meghan, or their children. It is simply an olive branch to avoid further conflict during such a historic celebration of the Queen's 70-year reign. Their place on the balcony is also entirely subject to their behavior from now until June. If over the coming months Harry and Meghan make any more public claims or criticisms of the royal family, leak private details to the media, or engage in attention-seeking antics, King Charles has warned they will immediately be uninvited from the Jubilee balcony as a consequence for disrespecting the institution during such a patriotic tribute to the late Queen. Sources say the king has had enough of Harry and Meghan's selfish actions designed only for maximum publicity and profit. He believes they forfeited their place in the family by trying to manipulate and monetize their connections. Only time will tell if Harry and Meghan can control themselves until June to avoid ruining what is meant to be a national celebration honoring Queen Elizabeth's historic reign and lifelong duty and devotion to the British people. This whole ordeal has provoked a furious backlash on social media, with royal experts and monarchists accusing Harry and Meghan of attempting to hold the crown to ransom for their own agenda once again. Many believe their constant criticisms of the royal family, while still clinging desperately to their royal titles and connections to pull stunts like this, prove they want to have their cake and eat it too. Piers Morgan, a longtime critic of the Sussexes, weighed in saying, "It's difficult to think of behavior more greedily and shamefully disrespectful to the Queen in her Platinum Jubilee year than blackmailing her son, the new king, to strong-arm your way onto the royal balcony against his wishes." Royal biographer Angela Levin called the allegations disgusting blackmail, proving once and for all that it's all about them and what they want. Tom Bower, another royal author, stated the blackmail claims were indicative of Meghan's sole obsession to be seen as a global celebrity despite abandoning royal duties. Even some royal experts who initially defended Harry and Meghan's right to privacy have condemned this attempt, with Dickie Arbiter tweeting, blackmail is unacceptable. Yet again, the Sussexes show scant regard for the sovereign and damage the institution to satisfy their ego. Meanwhile, back in the UK, newspapers have been ruthless in their coverage, with the Daily Mail declaring Harry and Meghan's toxic brand of Sussexian diplomacy has now truly gone too far. This is undoubtedly an enormous blow to whatever little public goodwill and sympathy remained for the Sussexes after their Oprah and other interviews. From leaking private letters, to accusations of racism with no evidence, to the constant trashing of Charles, William, and Kate, the public patience appears to have fully worn thin. Their antics seem to only confirm what critics have argued all along, that the couple simply cannot be trusted to put duty before their own self-promotion regardless of the reputational damage done in the process. Even more concerning is the suggestion this gives of the future of the monarchy if scenarios like this keep arising. King Charles now faces immense pressure to demonstrate that even family cannot wield power through manipulation and blackmail against the crown for self-gain. Some are questioning whether the Sussexes continuing to commercially benefit from their royal connections while showing such flagrant disrespect is legitimizing an erosion of the long-held constitutional separation of the monarchy from politics through influence peddling. Only time will tell how King Charles chooses to respond. But what is certain is that this sorry saga has likely destroyed any chance of meaningful rapprochement and role for Harry and Meghan within the British royal family for the foreseeable future. Not that their actions suggest they have any regard for duty over fame anyway. Even at the height of a national celebration, they seem incapable of putting their resentments aside through respectful conduct, something the Queen devoted her life to with dignity and grace. In the end, their actions will likely only further confirm public opinion that they relinquish concern for the consequences of their words when they turn their back on service to others above all else. At a time the monarchy and country are honoring the Queen's unprecedented lifetime of selfless leadership, the contrast with Harry and Meghan's conduct has perhaps never been starker nor more damaging to their own reputation. What are your thoughts on these explosive allegations?